to get shot. But no matter what, from that distance, there's not a lot you can do besides just comply or try and like run away laterally. He's not trying to like make it seem like you're Mr. Fantastic who could stretch over there and grab the barrel. He himself will say when your attacker with a firearm is far away or like out of arm's reach, there's not much more you can do besides, maybe lunge at them and take one bullet before trying to wrestle the gun away, or testing your luck running away in like a lateral pattern to make it a harder shot for them. He also mentioned something I talked about where most people aren't going to have the gun straight out at you. So like the people that have the gun, like for example, the example he gave is like when someone's just robbing you and trying to make it a secret because not many people want to advertise like, hey, I'm robbing this guy, look at my gun, I've got him at gunpoint. Most people are gonna have the gun very close to their chest, very close to them, maybe even like in like a pocket. So when they get like right up on you like this, again, there's not a whole ton you can do from that position, which he himself tells you. Like there's not a whole lot you can really do when it's there. You can't really see the gun, no one around you can really see the gun, so a bystander can't really help you. And you can't make a quick sudden move because he's too close for you. You'd have to like somehow create some space somehow in order to like get control of the gun. So that whole situation you can't really do much. And then he also mentioned if someone
Rex, dude, even if he's like contract security or some shit, is still paranoid to an unhealthy degree. I mean, I don't think he was in agreement with Dale at all. Like the most trained person there was like not in agreement with him at all. So I don't know why you guys would ever get like, I don't know why you guys would like look at me and be like, you're so dumb, Hassan. Like the dude who was, you know?
just wants to shoot you dead, you're kind of fucked. Like full blown Bonnie and Clyde. They're not gonna get close enough for you to try and like touch the gun, attack them, or anything. They're just gonna start shooting at you from like a decent distance away, and you just can't do anything there. Everything Dale teaches all assumes a perfect scenario where the distance is correct, where you can get some hands on them, like they're in your titties but not too close, and they're pretty much fully extending their arm, or at least extending far enough away from their body where you could perhaps make a move to overpower them. Dale himself has a legitimate military background, and from what I understand, some of what he teaches does have basis. It is sound to a certain level, especially when it comes to getting offline, which of course is getting out of the way of the gun's, line of sight and grabbing the barrel. One thing I learned during this whole thing, and I want to make this clear, I don't think any of what Dale has taught will ever be successfully employed by a normal person, but Dale in particular, it was surprisingly effective when he did it. So back to what I was saying, like once the barrel was taught by Dale or one of us, I didn't realize just how much control they had over your entire body at that point. They were able to like make me do the YMCA. I could do that to them even though they were stronger. Once that barrel was grabbed, you did have a lot of control over that person. And like I said, we were legitimately trying to like shoot him and fight back and stuff. And of course, we got shots in. It's not 100% effective. He doesn't claim it is either, but it was much more effective than I thought it would be. So getting offline and grabbing that barrel, yeah, it was really hard to get control back. And another thing that I never really stopped to think about when watching and making fun of Dale's content is as a robber, as the attacker, you're never going up to your victim expecting them to fight back. No one's coming up to you with a gun to your face with this thought in the back of their head preparing for the worst case scenario like, wow, what if this guy was trained by Dale Senpai? No one's expecting you to do some like action movie disarm on them. They're coming up to you with a gun thinking you're going to shit your pants and you'll do whatever they say. As an attacker, when I'd pull the gun on Dale and I'd tell him what I want your money, your wallet, your keys, give me your tax forms, do you have any panties in your back pocket that I can have? While I'm going over my demands, if he made a move during that, I'd have to react to it and try and shoot him, and it was really hard to do that. Yes, I'd get him like one or two times, but the majority of the time, he would take that gun barrel and I'd very much struggle to get control back. And it was the same with Rex and Caleb. Like I said, wasn't perfect. We did still shoot him sometimes, but we also knew that a disarm was coming. I think there is a little bit of weight to the statement Dale makes where in the real world, if someone's coming up to you with a gun to rob you, their intention is robbery. They're thinking, what do I want to take from this person? How am I going to get away? This and that. They're not thinking like, I'm going to need to dodge soon because this guy's going to go for like some kind of Jason Statham level disarm.
Which is precisely why they wouldn't even come up to you that close. And that's precisely why you should not attempt to grab their gun. It is precise. It is literally the worst thing you can do in that situation. I'm just saying, it's the worst thing you can do in that situation. I mean, it is such an incredibly specific situation where the guy has intent to kill. It is such an incredibly specific situation where, like, I mean, I know Charlie mentioned it already, you know? I get it. And so did Dale kind of as well. So it's like a hyper specific situation. And even in that situation, it's like, just don't, you know? Yeah, bro, they already explained that that's the worst thing to do. They're saying if it's the last thing to do, why are you harping on it when you're on the wrong thread? Okay. The reason why it's the worst thing you can do still is because a lot of people watch that shit and they think, like many dumbasses even in this chat, that they'll be able to pull it off. And that's the problem. That's it. That's the issue. You, one, even if you're trained nonstop, you're not gonna be able to pull off those tricks. Two, even if you're trained nonstop, pulling off those tricks, even as Dale, like someone like Charlie, who has zero fucking training whatsoever, is still able to fire off on Dale. You know what I mean? A guy who does these things every day. So it's just crazy. I know he gets away with it by saying like, oh, well, we're increasing the likelihood of survivability here just by a little bit. But it's like, no. Most circumstances, no one has like no one is going in for the kill shot anyway.
They're not there with that expectation. They're there to rob you, and that's all they're really thinking about, not expecting some kind of flashy fucking disarm technique. So when that does happen, it would be hard for them to react. And I want to reiterate one more time. I don't think any of these techniques will ever be successfully employed by...
Remember that guy disarming someone during the BLM protest? Yeah, he had a gun. Yeah, the guy disarmed the other guy with a gun. He ran up to a guy with a gun and told him to put his gun down. And then the other guy did. So, yes, I do remember that. It was a situation where a trained security person was with a weapon and he pointed his weapon at the other armed person who was not even fucking, you know, the other armed person wasn't even like, you know, waving his gun around or anything. He just walked up to him and he was like, put your gun down. And the kid wasn't trying to shoot anyone. He was just walking around with a gun in his hand. You don't think the element of surprise can help with Dale's disarming? No, because the element of surprise is only going to surprise the shooter, the person who has the gun to shoot you on accident. Guns fire off on accident all the time. That's why there are so many accidental gun deaths in this country, okay? Y'all are fucking crazy. Like literally kids end up killing their parents and shit in this country. Guns will fucking fall and accidentally fire. Bro, let me die a badass. Dale Senpai is cool as fuck. Stop. I don't know, man. I just feel like I mean, this was a cool ass video, and I would love to fucking hang out with Dale. Okay? I think Dale is dope. And this was a fun video to watch. Do not misunderstand me. I'm just telling you that, like, never ever try to fucking disarm someone, please. If you're ever in a situation, just like, do not, okay? Do not do that. You will get shot, or someone else will get shot. Y'all literally are acting like this is why whenever I hear people fucking being like, dude, I could, you know, You know, I could literally, I'm Bill Dipperly, dude. I could fucking do it. Like when I hear takes like this from the chat, I realize why so many Americans are like, yeah, I'll take it on the chin with